Today, the adults can now ruin Pokemon by overeating at McDonald's. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint.
Everybody dance now!
Wait. Everybody dance now. Oh, hey. Congratulations, everyone. We've ruined Pokemon again. We haven't reported much on the recent resurgence of the Pokemon card game as it relates to streamers and YouTubers turning pack and box openings into content, making theater of opening spicy cards, or even getting scammed by buying purportedly sealed boxes that have already had all their most valuable cards removed. But it's been a whole thing. I don't have a source on whether or not more people are playing the game, but more people than ever are certainly opening the game. Which brings us to McDonald's and their latest Happy Meal promotion, celebrating 25 years of Pokemon by including a pack of 4 cards with each Happy Meal. The 4 cards are random from a pool of 50, and some of them are rare holographic cards, which of course means people are buying way more Happy Meals than anyone can safely eat in a day. Some folks are giving their meals to local homeless people, which is a nice gesture, at least, but it's still a bit weird for any adult to order 25 children's meals. And that's assuming these limited quantity Pokemon cards even get into the meals, considering some number of shipping boxes have started popping up on eBay with asking prices up to $1,000, which seems like a stellar way to get yourself fired and charged with theft. I didn't even think this would be as bad if I believed everyone stocking up on kitty-sized Beeschurgers was just a rabid fan of Pokemon. But a lot of this is Pokemon card financial speculation combined with gambling. For every $5 you give McDonald's, you have a chance at getting a piece of cardboard that someone says is worth, like at most, $8 at time of recording because you need the rush. I don't know, at least if you scrub out and open Oshawott, you'll have a burger you can eat to tamp down your feelings.
Something strange has snuck into Super Nintendo World. Something unknown. Something the likes of which has never been seen in a Mario game before. It's a cactus, specifically this cactus. And before you say, hey, idiot, that's a bog-standard Nintendo cactus, I will reply, no, shut up, dimwit, for it is I who wear the smarty pants here. This cactus is a Nintendo cactus, and this cactus is brand new artwork from newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, a fan-developed mod for new SMB Wii, developed by newer team. And this is a Cactor from the Final Fantasy series, whom I only bring up because it's playable in Mario Hoops 3-on-3. It's not really relevant, but just imagine what we could have had at Super Nintendo World. This is not a new phenomenon. All sorts of third-party contractors working on projects are routinely told, oh, we don't have assets for that. Just make something up. Don't believe me? Well, Twitter user @Ujidao showed art from the Super Nintendo World website using their fan render of Mario that is, to my eyes, indistinguishable from any official artwork. In the Ars Technica forums, user 50me122 says, I've worked with a number of companies. You'd be surprised how hard it is just to get official assets, high-quality logos, graphics, etc. Most people at a given company have no clue how to get them. Another Ars forum user, the AceMGT, once worked for Capcom Mobile and had to recode Mega Man 2 almost from scratch because their team was told that not even Keiji Inafune had any assets from the original NES release, only to have Inafune himself share hundreds of megs of old Mega Man assets 6 months after finishing the project. And this is my favorite. This is Capcom's Okami for the Wii. And see this? What's that there? Is that the IGN logo permanently watermarked onto the official cover of a video game? Yes, it is. This is not new. Look, last night I spent way too much time searching for Mario cactus images while filtering out Rule 34, and you know what? If I was a theme park modeler with corporate breathing down my boss's neck to bang out a few cacti before we rush opening a theme park without Dr. Mario's miracle cure for the pandemic, and for some reason I didn't have any official artwork for reference, I'd be smashing I'm feeling lucky until Mario X Cactus spits out something safe for work.
Oh, the irony. CD Projekt Red has themselves been cyberpunked. It's exactly like the plot of their well-known game, except the plucky mercs are Russian hackers, Arasaka is CD Projekt Red, and taking down Corpo Scum has been replaced by stealing the source code for Cyberpunk 2077 and holding it for ransom. CD Projekt Red has said they're not going to negotiate, and as of a few hours ago, there was supposedly a black market auction for their data that advertised a starting bid of $1 million. It's honestly extremely on brand for CD Projekt Red, but what makes this the most spiritually indebted to William Gibson is the fact that, except for the auction, this is pretty common. It happened to Capcom last year.
Google's gonna have a tough time digging their way out of this one. Terraria's release on Stadia has been cancelled, so you see, that was a very good joke. It all started when the YouTube account for Relogic Games, the developer of Terraria, was flagged for a TOS violation, despite not having posted anything new in months. Since these violations are usually flagged by bots, the notification email also stated that it could be a false alarm and just, don't worry about it. Which is weird because we get a ton of email from YouTube about people trying to claim our videos, and they never tell us to just chill and roll a couple fat ones to take the edge off of getting screwed out of our ad revenue because a lawyer bot wasn't programmed to recognize fair use. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Anyway, after 3 days, the turbo must have kicked in because Relogic Games' entire Google account was locked. No more YouTube, no Google Apps, no Play Store purchases, hell, no access to Gmail so they could go reference the original notification and start the dispute resolution process, a process that, by all accounts, is more algorithm than arbitration. Andrew Spinks, the co-creator of Terraria, has been fighting with Google and YouTube for 3 weeks to get his studio's account unbanned, and the support they offered him was on the hilarious level of, have you tried turning it off and on again? Seriously, go read the articles for examples. I'm pretty sure their bots are running tech support now, too. Finally, he's had enough, and since Spinks didn't have access to Buzz or Allo or Wave, he went to the only reliable place to send Google a message, Twitter, where he said, and let me quote this because it's delicious, "I absolutely have not done anything to violate your terms of service, so I can take this no other way than you deciding to burn this bridge. Consider it burned. Terraria for Google Stadia is cancelled." No response from Stadia yet on the matter, but in Google's defense, maybe they just haven't got his message because their Gmail stopped receiving things after their drive filled up.
Oh, I hope my Orkut profile is still safe.
I'm pretty sure Google killed Orkut like more than 6 years ago.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm glad I keep all my important data on Blogspot far away from Google's clutches.
Google owns Blogger. They bought it back in 2003.
What the crap? Okay, screw the cloud. I'm going to start storing all my important, most relevant things on my Fitbit.
Google bought Fitbit last month.
Well, that's great. I look forward to having my heart rate monetized.
Coming up, Ubisoft is looking into changing the name of their upcoming game, Rainbow Six Quarantine, because holy shit, of course they are. I thought you were going to say welcome to CheckPoint.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
Okay, good. And for some reason, I didn't have any official art for... That felt so good up till the end.
Then you started doing an Oshawott impression.
Yeah. Also, Heather wants to know what's wrong with Oshawott.
Oh. I love Oshawott.
Oh, I see how it is.
Well, I was looking at the prices on TCG Player.
Yeah.
And so I don't know about the holographics because I'm not sure if that is distinct.
Okay.
But like Pikachu is $8.
Like holographic Pikachu?
It just says
$8?
McDonald's 25th anniversary promos. Pikachu's worth $8.
Alrighty. Okay.
And Oshawott was worth like
12 cents.
27 cents or
All right,
something.
Okay.
So it's just like, yeah. Well, it wasn't the lowest, but it was the lowest one that was also funny to say.
True. And I guess a couple things. I guess it's fine that everyone should still remember how cute Oshawott is.
Oh, Oshawot's great.
And plus, it's incredibly heartbreaking to see how sad he gets in that image. So that's a good
So
pick.
sad. That comment from the Ars forums about, like, you'd be surprised how bad companies are at knowing their stuff,
Yes.
like knowing where their logos are.
That hit-
It's so true.
Yeah.
When I used to work for the university newspaper, granted this is a university newspaper, but it's a big university, right? I was responsible for I was the production coordinator, so I'd lay out the pages and everything, and in some cases build ads. If someone was coming to us to advertise in the paper, sometimes they'd be like, "Here's our ad." Other times they'd be like, "Build us an ad," which we'd charge extra for,
Sure,
but whatever. When we asked them, it's like, "Okay, well, I'll need your logo." How do you think I received that logo?
Now, I'm going to start by saying I worked for 4 years on my high school yearbook.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to tell you how I always received logos.
Okay.
And we're going to see if this lines up.
All right.
I would receive a business card, either full color or not, or I would receive a fax of a business card.
Ooh, a fax.
1997 was when I graduated high school.
Okay, so this was 2003, 2004.
Sure.
So
Which is when I graduated university. So
right. So I'd be looking at a BMP file, like a bitmap file, embedded in a Word doc.
Yes.
I'd be like, I need your logo, and they're like, okay, sure. Here's a .doc, and you open it up, and there's the thing, and it's like
72 DPI.
this is how I got. This is the job. This is why I care about fonts. This is the job where I got good at recognizing fonts, because you would not believe how many people's logos I had to rebuild from scratch, so they wouldn't look like trash when you print them in the newspaper.
I was the same way. I had to do the same 4 years of the yearbook, and I got so good at scanning and dropping stuff into the thing, the Corel Draw thing that would Corel Trace that would turn stuff into vectors, so I could actually play with them. And I had to rebuild like dozens of logos from people, and I'd be like, "Do you not have it like scanned in? Do you not have something from corporate?" And they'd be like, "What do you mean? Why would I have anything from corporate?" Gee, I don't know. Because they're the one. Whatever. It's heartbreaking. I'm the same way with typefaces too. It's just like I had to look up stuff to figure out what they were and be like, I'm going to use the right one no matter what.
But yeah, it's what, especially when a company gets big enough. Like that's just small companies that don't know about.
Yeah.
Like they're just bad at graphics, which
Yeah.
is fair. It's like you're a plumber, you don't need to know this. But like when you get the companies big enough, right? Like Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's like the people you're dealing with for one project might not know.
Yeah.
The people. It's like, where do we store our logo files? And it's weird. You would think, the viewer at home, would imagine that a company like that would understand, how to file all these things.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're better, by the way.
No. It can be challenging.
Yeah, but it's ludicrous how tricky it is for these companies to find their own graphics.
Because these days you just like some people just go to a website and grab the logo. It's like it was never that easy back in the day, and even then those graphics are screen res only. You can't print those. I had to get out protractors and shit that to rebuild graphics where it's like that angle of that line has to be like this. Get the protractor out. It's 78 degrees. Okay, I'm like, why did they pick 78 degrees of all angles? But whatever.
Oh, my Lord. Goodbye.